Hi guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. So Nicki clocks Cardi B's lapdog, okay, Ken Barbie, on Station Head. And unfortunately, the science experiment went off on Nicki Minaj and Armand on X. So this is what Nicki Minaj had to say about the science experiment on Station Head.
Using a name that I made up. Everyone knows I made up the word Ken Barbie for the Barbs, okay? This
Ugh.
man, this
Ugh.
man, this thing,
Yeah.
the thing,
Thing.
got the audacity to be using a name that I made up, okay?
With that
And
nasty
so,
wig.
and so,
Okay, so that is what Nicki Minaj said on Station Head. And unfortunately, the science experiment went off. The science experiment said it must suck for capital G-O-D to give you so much and all you do is sit around and be miserable. Every moment you have to center around your ops. You don't ever need to feel sorry for me, baby. I feel sorry for your lonely, miserable ass, okay? Then Ken Barbie said, and a snapping turtle in a thong could never discuss anything as far as looks. Glad someone finally gave you a moment though, and yet it was still all about me. Let me know how y'all feel about that. It looks like Ken Barbie is not too happy with Armand and Nicki Minaj and what, they were talking about on Station Head. And I can see Botch Barbie, aka Ken, and Cavity definitely talking about Nicki Minaj in their group chats, especially since she was throwing shade. He definitely dragging her. I remember he lied and said that Nicki Minaj had tax liens, and that was false, okay? He tends to make up a lot of different things because he is Cardi B's lapdog. Now, Nicki Minaj also allegedly clocks Botch and Bitter at the Vogue Forces of Fashion event.
if you do anything, it has to be rooted in love. So sometimes people do things and it's rooted in revenge or vengeance. And that doesn't really go anywhere. It doesn't take off. It does something for a moment, but that's that. But because the Barbs and I we really love each other. And also because they actually like my music, which people forget now too, that music is what's being sold. So if you do everything else right and you don't know how to make music or write a great song, it doesn't matter how big your butt is. It doesn't matter what brands you wear. In the root of everything has to be the talent and the passion. Understanding what you do and why. If you're only doing it to compete, it's going to come and go. Because the universe doesn't honor that. It honors that passion that you've always had inside of you, that you know that you're put here to do something.
Now, some fans are saying that this was shade towards Botch and Bitter because a lot of fans feel like Botch and Bitter is not passionate about music. Okay, and that's why she hasn't put out her second album. Well, one of the reasons why she hasn't put out her second album. Let me know how y'all feel about that. I completely agree with what Nicki Minaj said. Now, fans were saying that Cardi B shut down the Victoria's Secret fashion show, which was, I believe, yesterday night. And her and Icespxce were both at the event. Let me know who do y'all think dressed better, okay? First of all, Thailand, she ate up her look, even though I feel like she kind of wore the same thing. Icespxce, her dress looked like it came from Shein or Party City. It was very cheap. And Cardi B's look looked like it came from Fashion Nova, okay? To be quite honest, I think Tyler ate both of them up. No shade. I didn't like either one of their looks. And I don't think the contacts look good on Cardi B. I think the contacts look very cheap on Cardi B. It doesn't give Storm. I don't like the contacts at all on Cardi B, okay? But I will say that, from what I've been hearing, even though Ice Spice and Cardi B were at the same event, and if you guys remember when they both were at that Vanity Fair Oscar after party, Ice Spice got punked by Cardi B and was told to post their picture because, Ice Spice was trying to prove that she was black, and Cardi B is clearly not. For what I'm hearing, Ice Spice don't want to beef with Cardi B. Okay, even though she was throwing shade in records, from what I'm hearing, she wants to keep it cordial. She don't mind being at events with Cardi B. She's not beefing with Cardi B. She only was beefing with Cardi to get back in the Barb's and Nicki Minaj's good graces, and it didn't work. So now, allegedly, she don't want to beef with Cardi B. That's what I've been hearing. That she is okay with Cardi B. She's been liking her pictures on Instagram. She doesn't want any beef with Cardi B. She wants to work with Cardi B. And she's hoping in the future that they can do a collaboration, because if you guys remember, Cardi B almost hopped on, well, she did hop on the Munch remix, but it never officially came out, okay? So she's hoping that eventually her and Cardi B could work together again. Now, moving on from that, it has been announced that Megan Thee Stallion will be honored at the Golden Heart Awards next week on October 21st. She will be honored with the Gen Love Award for her outstanding philanthropy work. Okay? So congratulations to Megan Thee Stallion. And there is a trailer out for her new documentary that is coming out on Halloween. Basically, from what I'm getting from this documentary, is to help push the sympathy train before her mixtape / deluxe comes out, okay? In the trailer, she's talking about her getting shot by Tory, okay? So that's definitely going to be a topic. She also discussed how she feels like everybody hates her or dislikes her. So she probably going to talk about how she feels bullied by the fans and some people in the industry, aka Nicki Minaj and Champagne Thickums, because that's basically what she showed in the trailer. How, she feels bullied, that nobody's on her side. People turned their backs on her after the Tory Lanez situation, and she wants people to hear her side of the story. So let me know if you guys will be tuning in on Halloween to watch Megan Thee Stallion's documentary. I'm gonna pass on it, no shade. I'm sure she might win something for this documentary, but I don't really feel like Megan has the longevity to put out a documentary. I thought documentaries and biopics were people that had longevity in the game. Okay? You're not even doing bigger numbers than the newer female rappers in the game like Sexy Red and Gorilla Glue. I feel like you need to put more work in your craft and stop trying to create a sympathy train. Okay? I feel like a lot of Megan Thee Stallion's career stems from the sympathy train, her getting sympathy from the general public. She needs to use her talent, okay? Because you should not be doing the same album sales as Gorilla Glue, okay? You should be doing 100K or more. Gorilla doing 60, you doing 64,000 ain't good, okay? You need to focus on your craft. Now, speaking of craft, okay, it looks like with Gorilla Glue, Doechii, Megan, and Scrap Job's album combined, it still doesn't outsell Pink Friday 2. Not even close, okay? Even if you add Ice Spice and JT in it, it still would not add up to 228,000 sold first week. And to be quite honest, I'm not expecting none of those girls to do over 200,000, but I did expect Scratch Off to do at least 50. I thought 29,000 was a little bit low for Scratch Off. Doechii, I wasn't really expecting much. And Gorilla Glue, I'm shocked that she's doing the same amount as Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion should have done 100,000 first week, or at least 80,000, considering that you do have 3 Grammys. So I was a little bit shocked by that. Now, moving on from that, Queen Bee's Diva is expected to increase in nearly 70% in U.S. unit sales this week following a TikTok trend. Okay, so Queen Bee is still showing that she is an icon 30 years in the game. Imagine your old song from 2008 going viral. Okay, that just shows that she puts out classics. So congratulations to Queen Bee. And Wildflower by Queen Billie is now the longest running non-single in the Hot 100 history, breaking a record set by Queen Bee at 21 years old. So congratulations to Billie on that. But it ain't as hot as Chichero. Okay, I think Chichero by Billie is the best single on her album. Now, 50 Cent subliminally calls out Kung Fu Kenny. He made a post on Instagram, and then he deleted it. But he posted the top 5 highest grossing tours in hip hop of all time. As we know, Nicki Minaj had ranked at number 4 with 108 million. Now, 50 Cent said, I don't know where they got these numbers from, but they are wrong. Nicki Minaj would be in the 3rd slot. She worked hard as a mother effing man. Don't do that. She did 2 legs on the Gag City tour. Okay? Look at 50 sticking up for his work wife. Okay? I think 50, I always say this, I think 50 Cent got a crush on Nicki Minaj, and he just can't openly admit it. He always trying to stick up for Nicki Minaj, okay? And he goes to bat for her more than anybody else in the industry, okay? More than anybody on Young Money, okay? But I think 50 gotta realize that they did not count festivals, so they didn't count all of Nicki Minaj's shows. They only counted, the Pink Friday 2 World Tour shows, but they didn't count the festivals and other shows that she might have done. So that's why it's at 108, okay? Now, Azalea Stanks, of course, goes out of her way to respond to a barb and attempt to shade Nicki Minaj. She responded to a fan that said, Azalea, you should go on Station Head with Nicki and beg for forgiveness, and maybe she will give you a feature. Okay? Azalea Stank said, I don't want a Nicki Minaj feature in 2024. I admittedly would still sell my booty hole for a Queen Bee feature though. Queen Bee and Azalea Stanks? Absolutely not. I think Queen Bee should pay you dust. Okay, Azalea Stanks. To me, Azalea Stanks is overhyped talent. She only had really one big single in her whole career, and she's more known for the drama that she caused on social media. So I think Queen Bee should pay her dust. Azalea Stanks continued and said, I don't think anyone ever really wants a Nicki Minaj feature. Like, for the art of it, B-words only use her for commercial exposure. A lot of the times, B-words just kiss her butt because she's insecure, but it literally the easiest route for launching a new female rapper to the forefront, but no one actually likes her. She's a bit of a certain. I would really love to collab with more of my black female peers though. Missy, Beyonce Cash, Skin from Skunk, Spice are all on the top of my list. And then a Nicki Minaj fan said, won't happen because you simply can't keep your mouth shut. Azalea Stank said, just like Nicki will never win a Scammy because she can't keep her mouth shut. Pot, meat, kettle. Okay, so that's what Azalea Stanks said on social media. And here's my thing. I do agree with Azalea Stanks to a certain degree. Okay, half these female rappers are not even super lyrical or talent. They're not collaborating with Nicki Minaj or wanting a feature because they love Nicki Minaj. That is true. They want the exposure. That's why after they get the feature or an interaction with Nicki Minaj and they get some of the barbs, they start moving funny with Nicki Minaj. Okay? That's exactly what happens. They want the exposure. They know that Nicki Minaj can give them mainstream success or give them more fans. And that's why they want to collaborate with Nicki Minaj or work with her. It's not about the art. Okay? Because half these female rappers aren't really that talented. Gorilla Glue is not lyrical. I need y'all to stop. No shade. Icespxce, not lyrical. Sexy Red, not lyrical. The only lyrical rapper, in my opinion, is Nicki Minaj. Even Doja Cat, to me, is not a lyrical rapper. Okay? So, it's not really ever about the art. It's about charting. It's about the exposure. So, I do agree with Azalea Stanks on that. I feel like a lot of the female rappers do tend to get close to Nicki Minaj to, I guess, get close to her and get her fan base. But I don't feel like Nicki Minaj wants female rappers to kiss her butt. I definitely don't believe that. There are a lot of female rappers that don't really kiss her butt that she's still cool with. Okay? Sexy Red worked with Gorilla Glue. Okay? Allegedly she wants to work with Cardi B behind the scenes. She was bringing out Icespxce, I think, at one of her shows, and Nicki Minaj still brought her on stage. Okay, JT dragged Nicki Minaj. Okay, right before she went to prison, she dragged Nicki Minaj. Was saying all this horrendous stuff about Nicki. Even made a diss track about Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj still forgave her. So I don't really believe the narrative that Nicki Minaj really wants people to kiss her butt. She just wants the female rappers to respect her and not switch up on her after she does a feature or works with them or gives them any type of momentum or luck. She don't like when they switch up on her. Okay? And a lot of them do. Maybe it's because of their team or the fact that, they already get the Nicki Minaj cosign, so they feel like they don't need Nicki anymore. But the switch up tends to happen all the time. So, I definitely don't agree with that part, but I do feel like the female rappers do be using Nicki Minaj, and she was correct on that. That a lot of times it's not about the art, it's about charting, it's about more mainstream success. Now, moving on to the EBT Hip Hop Awards, they will be receiving Donkey of the Day, okay? One, they gave Producer of the Year to Alchemist, okay? Absolutely not. How did you give Alchemist Producer of the Year when Metro was one of the biggest producers of the year and had like the hottest songs of the year? Okay? What song did Alchemist produce that was hotter than like that? Please tell me. Okay? Metro working with Future, The Weeknd, Kung Fu Kenny, Young Thug, and you're going to give him Producer of the Year, this white man trying to be in the culture? Absolutely not. Okay? This was a slap in the face to Metro Boomin, and this is why a lot of the A-list artists don't go to the EBT Awards, because y'all pull bullshit like this. Okay? Y'all was wrong for this. Okay? Now, I'll let it slide when y'all didn't give Megan and Gorilla Glue an EBT award, even though I felt like they deserve at least one. I was like, oh well, but I felt like they deserve at least one. But what we're not going to do is not act like Metro didn't have a good year. Okay? Stop. Another person receiving Donkey of the Day is, actually two other people, Trina and Carisha. They performed at the EBT Hip Hop Awards. And I decided to watch their performance. I didn't watch the whole show, but a lot of people were talking about their performance, and the performance was completely trash. Carisha doesn't have an ounce of talent, and Trina need to hang it up. That performance was a hot mess. I mean, goodness gracious, you would have thought they were never signed. It was like amateur night. I mean, I couldn't even believe that EBT allowed this. This is why EBT is going down in the gutter. because they can't get the A-listers to perform. They got to get the D and F listers. No shade to Trina, but you're a flop. And the performance was trash. Okay? Still love Trina, but it was terrible. Now, here goes Botch and Bitter going off on social media yet again, trying to get the sympathy train rolling. And unfortunately, the fans are not buying it.
And I was in the Dominican Republic, and they gave me, like, pain medications and stuff like that. And that's when the whole shit was like, Cardi cancel, Cardi cancel, Cardi cancel, Cardi cancel, because
Ash
people wanted to
Miracle.
push the whole drug shit. Y'all don't know how depressed and sad I was.
Ash
I was
Miracle.
so depressed. I felt like my career was over. And like, it was only certain people that was just there that is like, you're not, it's not over, it's not this, that's bullshit. So that's why I don't like when people get dragged. I just wanna have peace. I just want peace between everybody. Yeah, so yeah, album is coming really, really soon. Announcements are coming really
Ash
soon. I know I
Miracle.
keep saying that, but it's like, things are getting more done now. And I'm not pregnant anymore. I'm moving faster now. Everything is more organized. I have new people in my team.
Now, if Botch and Bitter don't shut the F up, nobody's feeling bad for you that you almost got canceled. You should have gotten canceled. You did admit to drugging and robbing men, and whether you took advantage of them sexually, that's between you and God. But you should have been canceled. If you were black, you would have been canceled. But because you are Latina, you weren't. Okay? But stop with the sympathy train. I don't feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for Off the Cheat. If he's getting dragged, oh well. Both of y'all need to get canceled. I'm tired of the PR stunts. Sit the F down. Now, moving on to Cassie. It has been reported that Cassie allegedly is considering to returning to music industry and releasing new music. It was reported that Cassie wants to make a comeback music-wise now that Diddy is behind bars and some of the executives who were his lackeys are resigning. Oh, interesting. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I like Cassie. I like some of her songs. Cassie do got bops in the stash. But I feel like Cassie's not that talented. Okay. I don't know if people care about Cassie musically now. I know y'all gonna say, oh, I care, because y'all on the sympathy train. I'm not falling for the sympathy train. I'm talking about longevity. Have we missed Cassie musically? No. Sorry. Okay. No shade to Cassie, but you don't have really much talent. Okay. Vocally. Okay. I'm not even talking about writing. Vocally, you don't have much talent. Yes, you got a few bops, but at the end of the day, you are no Queen Bee. You're not even on Summer Walker or SZA's level when we're talking about talent. Nowhere close. Okay. I think that you should do a documentary or a biopic instead, on Lifetime or the Hallmark Channel or something like that. Maybe EBT will pick it up. But other than that, I think you should sit down with the music career, because you really didn't have much talent. Only reason why you got signed is because you were sleeping with Diddy. Let's be very clear. No shade. But, like, you got a few bops. I like Me and You. I like Long Way to Go. I'm not saying that Cassie don't got bops. But just because you got bops, that don't mean that you're talented. Okay? Sexy Red and Ice Spice got bops. Don't have much talent. Okay? So, I'm a pass on the music career. But, if you do a documentary, I definitely will support. Okay? Now, moving on to Safari. He posted a series of video clips on his YouTube channel of Ckiminaj putting hands on him. Well, he was running, so she didn't even really put hands on him, but she was swinging on him. Okay. Unfortunately, Rainforest does not take you out from paying child support. I know you're trying to find every angle not to pay it, but you still need to. Okay, no shade. And you would just need a middle person, a middleman, to help you, talk to or communicate with Ckiminaj. Okay? But I don't think that this means that you shouldn't pay child support just because Ckiminaj was swinging on you. You sound and look like a terrible person to be married to. So, no shade. I'm not condoning it. But I feel like you set Erica Mena, the colorist, over the edge. And I feel like you purposely be antagonizing her. So I think y'all both guilty, in my opinion. So you still got to pay child support, and you still getting Donkey of the Day. Next, it has been reported that unfortunately, former One Direction star Liam Payne dies from a fall from his hotel balcony in Argentina. They're reporting that allegedly he jumped off the hotel balcony. They're saying that, allegedly substances and drugs were involved. Condolences to his family, to One Direction, Simon Cowell, anybody that probably is heavily affected. But no shade. Thankfully, it's not Harry Styles. Okay, because I love Harry. So if it was Harry Styles, we would have to riot. But anyway, I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description. Have a great day.